Hi everyone and welcome. It is Wednesday evening at 5:30. Welcome everybody. I'm signing on just a couple minutes early. Well, according to my phone, it's a couple minutes early, but according to when I get on my iPhone to connect, it says we're already live. So I thought I better jump on here. Please say hi if you are here. How is everybody today? Hi to Shauna. Hi Linda. Welcome everybody. So it's Wednesday evening. I have to say it is kind of different going on in the evening. Hi Katie. Hi Denise. Welcome. I've been wanting to try an evening for some time, but it just worked out that I kept it the way it was for a long time. But my grandson's moving to town, as you guys know, and so Audie, which is what my granddaughter calls me, and now my grandson calls me, one for my son, one for my daughter, but they are moving to town next week. And so I'm going to be babysitting during the daytime for a little while until he can finish getting potty trained. He's so close. And then he'll get to go to preschool. So until then, we will be swimming and enjoying the daytime. Hello, Denise, Kathy, Anya. How do you say that, Anya? Uh-oh. It says I have an interruption. Find out why. That's not good. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. It said I had an interruption, but it looks like I'm back. That was weird. And a little pop-up said, find out why you're being interrupted. But I don't see anything. But you know what? I'm going to tell my husband to get off the internet. Because I bet you that's why. So hold on one sec. And let me tell him. He's going to be like, what? Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. New nighttime issues. So let's refresh. Okay. Here we are. Says I'm frozen. Do I look frozen to you guys? I hope this is not going to be an issue, but I just told him to get off. Okay. Normally we don't have problems, I'm guessing, because we're both on. I don't know. I got a card from you. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. Thank you for your order. I appreciate it. Okay. You guys are good. Yay. All right. So anyway, going to be watching my son, my grandson. So I thought I would try evening, which I've been wanting to do anyway. So I'm happy I'm here. I'm glad I'm catching the working people after they get off of work, because I know it's really hard during the day. Steph, it was like you were just here. Stephanie has been helping me die cut my bingo. So quick story about bingo. I started my bingo packet, and what I do is I create a project and then I go, yeah, this is what I want to do. I like this. Let's go with it. Well, bingo is new to me. And so what I've decided to do now is think a little smarter about it, because although I really, really love the projects, I have been working non-stop on these projects for like 3 weeks. So yeah, it's a lot of work. But it's going to be really fun. Okay, enough about that before we get 1,000 people, and then I won't sleep at all. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, lots to say, lots to say. Did you guys see the Christmas Whimsy kit is now available? It is adorable. I can't wait to play with it. And always remember, you've got all these cute little elements in this set that you can add to your own card bases, make some changes, you know, do some different things. I love the snowflakes and the stars and the sentiments and everything. And these cards are just really, really cute. So I can't wait to play with them. I ordered mine today. So I will do a video on it just so you guys can see it up close. It'll be a lot of fun. So those are available now if you're interested. The deadline for my the fall class here is the deadline is the 12th. So if you are interested in this class, please don't forget to sign up as soon as you can. I will be working on those kits this week. And then I have our Christmas class here that is, the deadline is on the 10th. And you can find out more details if you go to my blog, which is marciebeseckerdesigns.com, and go under events, and you can find out some more information there. Okay, so a little bit about what Whip It Up Wednesday. So Whip It Up Wednesday is a little bit about kind of like, I don't have to pre-plan. That's my thought right now. I'm going to be with a 3-year-old, not even a 3-year-old in a couple weeks, all day, all week. So I've decided that I wanted to just kind of see, what do you want? I'll grab it off the shelf and let's go with it. Now, when I announced on Sunday, I had a few people say snowflakes and plaid. And literally, Stephanie just left a little bit ago, and I grabbed a few things off my shelf, some stamp sets, some paper, some dies, a few different things. And I am kind of have some ideas, just because you guys told me on Sunday, some thoughts with plaid or snowflakes. I forgot to mention, we did do plaid here. So this was one way that I brought some plaid in. So that was a lot of fun. But there are different kinds of plaids, different techniques, and different things that you can use. So I just grabbed some stuff off my shelf, and I had some ideas, some things I've used a long time ago, which we're going to try again that I haven't done in a long time. I haven't done it with this machine, but we're going to try it and go for it. So thanks, Katie. Hi, Patsy. Hi, Terry, Jennifer, Judy. All right, so let's just get started. I'm going to try and do 2 cards, maybe 3. There's a couple of little techniques and different things I want to try. So I figured we might as well just get going. Hi, Terry. Terry, I changed to Wednesday nights. So my time has changed a little bit during the week. So hopefully that helps people see me live. And please say hi if it's your first time. I'd love to say hi to you. I'm, like I said, not used to being on at night, so that would be awesome. And let's get busy. Okay, so the first thing I did is I brought this out and I said, you know what, we're probably going to move this aside a little bit. So the first technique, or the first card, I guess, I want to do is I just pulled out some color. I've been kind of thinking about doing the evening evergreen and cherry cobbler together, and I haven't yet. I'm going to bring in some plaid, and this is just kind of a card I've been kind of thinking about a little. Okay, so this is, I'm going to use my, let me get a piece of tape. I'm going to use my machine, so we're going to move that in a minute anyway, but I'll just tape it down a little bit right now so it stays still, because it moves and drives me crazy. I know, Steph. Crazy, she calls me. Okay. Yeah, we don't know. So Wednesdays are going to be a surprise. So I was kind of thinking of like a Wing It Wednesday, Whip It Up Wednesday. There's all kinds of different things I was thinking of. So we are just going to do some die cutting. And I'm kind of deciding what I want to do with our deer. So we're going to try a couple different things. The first thing, I've used the Merry Christmas. That's it so far. I want to use some trees. So let's go. Okay, because I'm not so prepared, since we're winging it on Whip It Up Wednesday, I'm going to try and keep looking up. If you guys want my attention or ask a question, please put my name in caps or something so I can try and see it. And I will try to see it. But because I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, I think I might do our snowflakes too. So we'll do this little snow right here. So I have to say, you guys, now this is my what do you call that? My you know, the little writing at the bottom. This could be a disaster. I'm just saying because I have no plan, no idea what we're doing. So just keep that in mind. So just laugh along with me and pretend that it was meant to be that way. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring in some, I have my evening evergreen. I'm going to pull in my Sahara sand, and I'm going to bring in smoky slate. And I don't know if Sahara sand is going to be dark enough, but we'll try it. We'll see what we're going to do. Okay, so I think the first thing I want to do is we're going to do our evening evergreen. I'm going to bring in my scratch pad here. Don't look at that. That's my measurements for something completely different, but we're going to use this. And I'm going to start with our evening evergreen. And I'm just going to do a tall tree. Oh, don't do that. Look what I did. You've got to remember that if it goes off. Okay, so let me just fix this. A disclaimer. That's what I wanted, you guys. Look, I was in a law field and I don't even remember. It's gone out of my head. All right, so let's do this. And then we're going to go in here and stamp off, and on here, because I got it half off, half on, we're going to stamp off and do down here, and we're going to just make some trees. We're going to stamp on here. Oh, look at that. So we're going to stamp off and on there. Okay, see how I kind of messed those up, but that's okay, because watch what we're going to do. We're going to do some lower trees. All right, we're going to stamp off. So make sure when you're stamping in really, really good inside your, on your ink and on your paper. All right, and now let's take some little trees, and we're just going to try and let's see what those look like. We're going to make those in the back, kind of like they're up the hill. And I'm just going to put some right here. And it's not going to really matter because we're kind of covering these up, so I'm not too worried about that. And then I think I'm going to come back in right here. See how this one is? I'm just going to do that to kind of cover up. Let's see how you can see the tops of the trees. So it just looks like a bunch of trees right there. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, it's funny because once, you know, you're not working in the work field anymore and you don't have to remember that stuff, psh, done, gone. All right, so now I think what I'm going to do, oh, it's warm in my room. I'm going to check and see how dark our little snowflakes are. Oh, I like the light and the dark. So we're going to go like this and like that. We're going to go like this and like that. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of snow. That's all I want. Some light and some dark. All right. Well, my mind, thanks Debbie, my mind has been in bingo, so I'm excited to craft right now. All right, so what I think is I'm going to be good with this, and we are going to layer this up on here. So let's do that. All right, Steph, don't let any secrets out. All right, I like to sing when I craft. I like to talk when I craft. Look at, I don't like that though. So here's my, what that noise is that you guys hear all the time. This is dirty because I lay my baby wipes on top when I'm using them, and I'll wipe my hands off or wipe my, but you push this. I got one for my, in fact, I got this one for my daughter when my granddaughter was born. So this is 6 years old. And I finally found another one. I don't know where it was, online somewhere. And this brand just says OXO, but it keeps your baby wipes in here. And this is weighted. So it's a heavy weight and it holds down. your baby wipes so you can just pull them, and it's the handiest thing. I just love it. All right. So now we're going to put this on. All right, so this is going to go on top of here, and it would be kind of cute. Okay, I have an idea. So I could have taken this square out of a square that you're going to put in the back. This is 4 by 5 1/4, so I'm going to take this and hope that this is 5 1/4. Yeah, so we're going to go 4 1/8, and we're going to go 5 and what is that, 3/8, 5 3/8. So just to add a little bit more red, because my first thought was I was going to do the reindeer in red, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do a little bit of red, but you see how you could have cut this out of the middle here. Okay, but that means you've got to put it in the trimmer and cut it out, or use a die and cut it out, which is fine. But you could also just cut it and have it. We're going to pop it up probably. I don't know yet. I don't want those little white shards showing there. Okay, now I'm going to pull in some paper and my foam mat. I am determined to clean my room someday after bingo and after classes and all that stuff, but yeah, who knows. I say that. Okay, and I kind of like the oh what fun deer. So let's start with him. Now I want to put him on a block, but I also want to make sure I stamp him. Hi Gianna. I want to make sure that I stamp him the way that, okay, so I'm going to stamp him this way. So I'm going to put this little die over here, and let's just see how dark this is, because we have a lot of green behind them and I've already got red on there. I want to see what color this is and if it's going to show up. Okay, well, we're going to cut it out and see. I think I need to go darker, but let's just see what he looks like. So I put him in and I kind of start closing my die, my punch, until I make sure that he's in the middle enough to where I'm good with how much his spacing is. I just can't, well, I can see the oh what fun, but let's try him a little bit darker. And I probably think I need to re-ink this pad anyway. You have no volume. Uh-oh. Maybe refresh and make sure that the YouTube video itself has its volume on. All right, let's try and go a little bit darker. And I'm even thinking maybe soft suede. Let's try that. Let's try that one. So we'll move that aside. And we're going to turn this one this way. Ah, this is nice and dark. And I'm not going to put his antlers on. I could. Oh, that's much better. I like that better. And I'm not going to put antlers on because I am going to raise him. And to put dimensions. So again, I go in here, I just kind of start to close on it a little bit and adjust it to where you think. I mostly look at his head because you're going to definitely tell his antlers or his ears are kind of off. So if you're looking at his ears and you're looking at his legs over there, you're probably going to be pretty good. Okay, I like this better because you can see him a little bit better. Okay, so we'll put that guy over there. He may work for a different color. All right, so I'm good with that. So I kind of wanted to just show a little bit of a simple card that, you know, plaid makes an amazing background, and especially if you're going to use, do it for a guy. Oh, good. I'm glad, Debbie. Hi, Glenda. So I love the peaceful, what is this called? Peaceful, I keep wanting to say peaceful cabin. Uh-oh. It's right here. Wow. I know you guys are probably saying it and I'm digging it out. Peaceful Place paper. It's so pretty. It even has, like, this is even some really pretty paper to use on something, a card like this. Look how pretty those trees are. So that's something really pretty too that you can put. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and we're still going to lay this down too. All right. So I've been wanting to put these colors together ever since I saw the Evening Evergreen. I just love it. All right, so let's take our reindeer, and I think, so see, we used that with the soft suede, kind of ties in here, but it's just enough. And we're gonna set this aside for right now, and I want to use my Wink of Stella as soon as I can find it. All right, so this is gonna go all over. I get it. It always does. And I'm just gonna add, I barely squeeze it because I want a little bit bigger drops. And this is just really adding shimmer, not even really some big drops, which I'm good with. I just think it's really gonna add some extra sparkle. And then I just take a baby wipe and kind of wipe that off a little bit so that you don't have sparkle on everything. All right, so now we're gonna bring this back in and find my dimensionals. Okay, has anybody here watched The Circle? Does anybody watch it? My daughter called me today and said, "Oh, Mom, guess what has new episodes?" And I'm like, what? And she's like, "The Circle is back." That is a funny show. It's on Netflix. It's kind of a reality show, but it's really funny. It's about these people that are all locked up in a house, but they can't see each other. Some of them are catfishing, so you could go in and say, "Oh, I am 25 years old and I'm a waitress and I go to college," and you can totally just pretend. Oh, watch it from the beginning, Linda. It's on the 3rd season right now, but it's funny. It's kind of one of those shows that you watch and you're like, wow, these people are real. I like that, like stuff like that. Okay, I'm not adding a ribbon. I'm not adding anything else right now. We're going to put this little guy, I think, up here, like he's kind of flying. Oh, we should put a red nose on him. All right, where's my punch? See this little dot right there? That's for a red nose. So let me find my red, some scratch paper here. And I'm going to put a red nose, just the circle part. Throw this part away. And we are going to put a little red nose like it's Rudolph. Okay, so I'm going to do that off over here. And just do a little red dot. Take your take a pick tool. You guys, I'll move you in a little closer. Although I'm going to bring my other machine in a bit. You're not going to want to be this close, but for now. All right, we're going to put this red dot right on his nose. He could be Rudolph. Look how cute he is. All right, now I'm going to get my small dimensionals, my minis. Oh, and then I have some half ones. Remember from my video the other night or other day. So I have these too. I am using Cherry Cobbler. This is Cherry Cobbler, and this is Evening Evergreen. Two colors I've been dying to use together when I saw the Evening Evergreen. So now I'm going to turn this guy over, and I'm going to put my little half dimensionals that I have. They're too big for his legs, so I'm just going to put them on. Well, some of them might be. I'm going to put it right on his foot in the turn, because that way the point goes where his little turn of his foot is. And then I need to cut these. Okay. So I just used my little scrap pieces at the end for skinny things like their legs or things like that. I would really love it if you guys share my video. I am really trying to boost my YouTube channel, so I would really appreciate that. There might be some crafty friends out there. They may not be able to watch it now, but later tonight or tomorrow or something they might be able to, so that'd be great. This little one here I'm going to put on the tail. Right there. And this one, I just want to make sure he's nice and secure on there. Since this is my sentiment. And then of course on the inside we can decorate it more with other stuff, but I want to do some other cards with you. So we are not going to do the insides of cards tonight. You guys have seen me do that enough. I would just add some trees at the bottom. I would probably put a red liner in it just because I'm using a green card base, and it will kind of tie in the red on the front. All right, and we're going to just have him flying, and like he's going up in the sky. All right. So that is really cute. I think we do. Hey, you guys know I can't stop here, so hold on. We're going to have to bring in some kind of embellishments. And I am thinking these red ones. And I'm wondering what this would look like on his nose. And if I do his nose, oh gosh, yeah, okay, I have to do that. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Ooh, okay, I like the idea of having him flying above the trees. Yeah, you got to see the trees. Oh, thanks, Samantha. Thank you for sharing, you guys. So look at the bling on there with the sparkle. I mean, it is Christmas, right? And I was going to add some more rhinestones, but I'm not, because I like just his nose to really kind of shine. And I think that's enough. I mean, you could add a bow, but I really like the trees. So I am going to stop right there. I know, shocking, shock. Shock, shock, shock. All right, so I think that is good for now. So let me just clean this up. And then I have a technique that I am really excited to try. I've done it a long, long time ago. It's a technique that I used to do with a rubber mat and dies. And I'm not going to do it with dies this time. I'm just going to put these away because I'm going to reuse these blocks. I may reuse the trees. I'm not sure yet. But we're just going to put this away because we're going to move on to some snowflakes. I just put this right where my deer goes. So we're going to lift this up. And so I'm going to put my deer in. And then I like to keep this lighter plastic on top of my stamps once I put them on here, because it's, number one, easier to lift up. Number two, you don't have all of these sticking to the harder plastic because they will stick. Whereas this, it's easier to lift up and keep your stamps on. So once I transfer them, that's what we're going to do. All right, so that is card number 1. We're going to set that aside. We are going to move on to some different colors, but I'm going to leave those out just in case we do use those again. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Judith. Hi, Diane. Does the punch you use have antlers? It does. Okay, so here is what it cut out. Let me close this up for you. And so this has the, let's see how we can get this on here. The reindeer, the antlers, and the nose. Okay, and so yes, it does. And then the stamp set that I just had also has antlers. So let me explain this. This is a very good question, Katie. So on here, when you stamp, you're going to have two different antlers. And the reason is, let me show you real quick. If you bring in, let's say you're going to use early espresso and you want your antlers, you can just bring that paper over to the side like this. You can have two antlers right there, okay? And then you could put them on your reindeer, and you know they go this way, I believe, inward. Okay, so you could put your reindeers on. I would put them right on the inside of the ears, kind of like that. Okay, so you could do that. And you don't even have to raise them. The deer is raised, but with dimensionals, but you could lay those flat and just put those there. Now, in the stamp set, you have your antlers right here. And I'll show you. So let's just take this guy right here. This one's outlined, so you could color him in a different color or whatever you want. So let's just take him with the soft suede. And you would think you could stamp the antlers and then die cut them, but what if you don't want to die cut him, or what if you don't have a die cut machine or whatever? Then you have your reindeer, you put him down there, and then you take his antlers and you just come up, and I'm not really eyeballing it, but look at that. Then you can stamp right onto your paper. Okay, so there's two different ways. Now let's try something else. Let's try this. Let's go in with this and see. Well, okay, let's cut this so we can make sure, because I don't know either. I haven't really played with this set. So let's take this in and do one at a time, and look, it aligns. So if you wanted to, I'm aligning this one, that one is not going to be aligned. So you could do two of them, and you could find your antler that you just did. You could, I mean, you could use this as a, you know, for some strength on the antlers too, and make them a little stronger, but, and just layer them up. But you could just go in and put your antlers on there. Okay, but you're going to have to stamp them and cut them out at separate times, if that makes sense to you. So you can die cut out your antlers. You could just make them the solid image like this. Or you could do no antlers, and I'm making mine Rudolph. And we're just going to leave them like that. But the antlers are super cute. If I wasn't doing a video, I would probably put antlers because they're really cute. But I didn't want to take the time to do that, because I want to show you some other things. Oh, Debbie, you're sweet. Thank you. All right, so I hope that made sense for you, Katie. Oh, that's a really good idea, Samantha. I like that idea. All right, so let's move on. We're going to use a completely different set. We'll come back to look at that in a little bit. Okay, so the next thing that I had in mind is I did cut some paper, and I hope it's going to work. All right, we're going to use a stencil we are going to use, I'm going to get some navy blue paper, our Night of Navy. All right, we have Night of Navy paper. Let's just cut a card base. All right, so we have Night of Navy. We have this. I think I have, let me see. Yeah, that's pearlized paper, but I don't think I need that. I think I want something. Ooh, let's do red. All right, let's do real red. Let's see how this turns out. Okay, I'm going to try it. I may not like it, but we're going to go with it and see. It may look, you know, it's going to look like a 4th of July paper, so never mind. I don't want that color. Let's do basic gray. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to do the standard 4, and I tend to do that a lot. I tend to do 5 and 4 1/4, and then I think, oh, all my cards are that size, but that's okay. I change them up a lot on the top, so I'm good with that. So we're going to do that. So let's fold this, and then let's try our technique and see if it works before I go any farther, because I may have to change this all together. So, all right. So here's our 2 pieces, and then I have a piece of our foil. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit, and I'm not going to go all the way to 3 3/4. I'm going to go to 3 7/8. I just want a little bit of the silver around it. And then 5 1/4 is going to go to 5 1/8. Let's try that. And now we're going to try our technique. So let me move my paper, and we're going to bring in our die cutting machine, and we're going to try a couple different things, and fingers crossed this is going to come out like I want it. All right, so we're going to open this up, and we're going to take out, I think I don't need my shim, and I haven't tried it on this machine. I was going to try it today, but I was so busy. You can ask Stephanie, she was here, and we were working like crazy people. But I'm thinking that we used to have a mat that you could, a rubber mat that you could put here, and then you put your paper, and I'm trying to think if I need, well, we're going to try this and see, and then you can put your stencil on top. All right, so let's try this and try it with just the 1 plate on top, and that might not be enough. No, I think I need, I think I'm going to try plate number 4. See, this is the rubber mat I used to have. And so I used to do stuff like that with other machines that I used to have. And so it worked really, really well. Okay, this isn't going to work, so I think I need my shim. Let's see. Let's try our shim. All right, so let's try number 1, number 2, our silicone mat, our foil, and our stencil, and then our number 3. Oops, number 3. I have plates on order, so I'm using whatever I can find for plates that will work. Okay, I don't think this is going to work either. Okay, so now we know. Let's take that off. Ooh, let's try this. Hi, Laura. We're going to try a number 2. Or no, a number 3. Let's take that off, and let's try this. It used to work, and so I'm sure it will. We just have to find the right sandwich for this machine. And let's try this. Oh, this is feeling better. Oh, I think this might work. Let's try. All right, so what I want to do is I want to use the stencil as a die. Oh, yep. we're going to pull the stencil off and see our snowflakes. Okay, so here's the sandwich that we did. Number 1, number 3, our silicone mat, okay, our paper. Hi, Francis. My son's roommate from college, his freshman year, was from Perth. I'm going to put the foil, or you can put your piece of paper, your stencil, and then your number 4. Okay, so this is it. Number 1. I'm going to put this because it's got a number 3 on it. Number 3. Silicone mat, paper, stencil. Can you see the 3? No. You can't see the 3. Well, you guys get it, right? 1, 3, silicone mat, paper, stencil, and then your number 4. Okay. So I hope you got that. Okay. So now we have this. We're going to take these out and put our number 2 back, because we may come back to this in just a little bit. Because we got to do some snowflakes, I'm sure, but I want to keep with this technique for right now. So I'm going to bring my paper back in. Oh no, Laura, I hope everything's okay. Pull it back. Okay, here we go. So here's our stencil. So what I'm thinking, and I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm thinking I'm going to take this and put our stencil back on. And this stencil is really delicate, I have to tell you. I had paste on it. I suggest when you use paste, you put it in your wash right away. Okay, so I have a feeling I was going to use blue embossing powder. I mean, ink, but I think it's going to rub off really easy. So what we're going to try is I'm going to take my clear embossing powder, and we're going to try and be fast about this. All right, so we're just going to take this off. Let me move my spoon. Hi, Darlene, welcome. Thank you. All right, and then we have this here, so let's just get it ready to go. All right, because we're using blue ink, I'm going to bring in our Night of Navy. It's going to be really wet, okay? So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to turn my heat gun on for just a little bit and let it start getting warm now. Because when you use regular ink, it dries pretty fast. But we're using it on foil paper. And for all I know, this foil paper may just totally take a dump. So we're going to just do a little at a time. We're going to start at the top. And so we're going to take this and we are just going to, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this back in so we don't make a huge mess on our mat. All right. So we're going to line this up. Again, my disclaimer at the beginning is we are just crafting on the go, and this could be a nightmare. So let's just see. All right, so we're going to go in and we're just going to color our snowflakes blue. And remember that it's going to come off really easy on, because this silver foil is slick, right? It's not going to pick up a lot. So now I'm going to go in and just kind of pounce. I really want to get some blue on my snowflakes because it's on the silver. So we're just going to pounce it on and get some color. I have one hand because I'm trying to hold the stencil in place. And we're going to do half at a time because I want to make sure that this is staying wet enough and that you're not going to get it all over. So pull the stencil. Let's add this, and it's just a light color. We can always go back on because I'm betting it's going to hold on a little bit better once we heat emboss it. So let's do that. Oh, Tashana, bummer. All right, so we're gonna just kind of heat it lightly. I don't want to melt my foil, so be careful. I'm kind of trying to do it without blowing this powder all over. And my gun doesn't reach over here very far, sorry. All right, let's see what it does when it starts to turn. Hopefully we can see the blue a little bit better. And if not, we're gonna do another layer anyway. So let's just, there it goes. It's gonna start turning now. Oh, it's kind of like sparkly. It's kind of crazy looking. I think it's the clear is just kind of bubbling a little bit, so it looks kind of cool. All right. Remember, you don't want to leave it straight face on the foil. Can you see what it's doing? Oh, let's see. It's kind of hard to tell. All right, so you want to really make sure that this is dry because we're going to add more on it. So make sure you get that bubbly look. I can tell this is, but this isn't. So just make sure you get it dried. Okay, so this is really crazy looking in person. It's kind of, it's hard to see it, but see how this is smooth and this is kind of bubbly. So let's go back over the top part and see what it does. Remember, we're just experimenting here. I'm going to put this right back where it was. Oops. Oh, that's right. Nope, that's wrong. Here we go. Here we go. Might try and lay it back where it was because it takes a minute here to find out where it was. Okay, so let's lay this back over. All right, so now I'm going to get a lot of ink on here because I didn't do it first. All right, so let's put it back on. They look kind of frosty, but I want to get a more of a blue look if we can. So I'm just, and I don't want to do alcohol. I don't want to stain my stencil. And, you know, that's probably not going to stay on the foil anyway. So let's just keep doing this and see what we get. All right, so this is the first round of just the top part. Okay, and so let's take it off again. They're more blue this time. I'm going to add more embossing powder. Okay, so this technique may just take a little bit. All right, and now you can see where it's at. So let's do this again. Okay, see how it's becoming more blue? Hopefully you can tell. It's actually kind of some purpley blue is coming through. And this is the lightest silver that we have in our specialty silver foil pack. It's funny how some are blue and some are kind of turning a purple color. Okay. So see how it's kind of turning like a blue and a purple? That is really strange. Okay, so now we're going to just put this back on and let's do the bottom portion and we'll just finish up this card. All right, we're going to align this. There we go. And so I'm pouncing so the color will kind of stay on there a little bit better. When you rub it, you're just kind of rubbing it off because it is that foil, and it's just going to come right off. All right. Okay, let's take that off. I'm going to set that over there. It just doesn't, I mean, you can't even see it, you know, on camera as well as you can. Yes, it's Night of Navy, correct. But like I said, it's kind of gives it a purple kind of look. Sorry, my heat gun doesn't quite reach. I have so many outlets and they're all getting full. My husband's like, you know, this room is like a fire hazard. Like, well, if I had a bigger room, I'd have more outlets. Because it's foil, I'm not drying it from the back because I think it would take way too long. Now this is going to be a background, so it just kind of gives it a, you know, something different than just foil, something different. We don't have, you know, Snowflake DSP. So you just want to add something in the background. And I did that one time and it actually came out. Can you see how it's kind of purple? And you can't even really, I mean, you can see a little bit of a blue. Yes, I did, Laura. I did. I did the number 1, number 3, the silicone mat, my foil, the stencil, and then number 4. So that's what I used for the sandwich. It took me a minute to figure it out, but that's what we did. All right, so there's our background. So let me now wipe off any powder we have because I have powder. I can feel it. And I'm going to just move my stencil someplace a little safer, because it's got ink all over it. So what I like to do is I like to just add baby wipes. I do this too with paste, but I'm just going to put it on here. Even though I know it's water, it's just water-based ink. I still put it on there just to kind of help get it off faster. So I'm going to just toss that aside and do that later. Hello, Inique. How are you? Let's see. Oh, no problems. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so now we have this. And so my thought was to bring back in some of our Peaceful Place paper. And maybe, I think, oh, you know what? How about, I want a lighter piece, maybe. And let the snowflakes be the focus. So kind of a more subtle paper, but I think I want something a little darker. I love snowflakes too. Snowflakes and snowmen. Ooh, I like this. Let's do this one. What about this? Okay, I have an idea. So this one is, oh yeah, we went down a base. All right. And we were going to do this and we were going to do this, but I'm kind of thinking I like the dark background, but what if we did this? It's got purples on it, which is funny. It doesn't even look blue. So I think I'm switching out the blue just because that really looks more purple to me. I like to see the snow out the window. My husband's always like, oh, come to the ski lodge, because I used to snowboard. Come to the ski lodge and watch, hang out. And I said, your ski lodge is one big tin tent with a bar and a bunch of sports being played. That doesn't sound fun. I could stay home in my nice toasty house and craft. That sounds like more fun. I don't go anymore. I hurt my shoulder and then I just don't heal like I used to. He's been snowboarding a long time. I haven't. So I'm like, I'm too old to learn, but you go anytime you want. All right, I'm kind of liking this a little bit better because it has a lot more purple. So I switched it to Blackberry Bliss. And so we're going to change this. We're going to go to 4. I'm going to go to 4 1/8 because I want to see a lot of this. I kind of really like this color. So I'm going to go in 3/8. Let's do that and see what we get. So we'll go on here. Yeah, let's do that. It is lighter, but because our back is so dark, I think that's okay. And we're going to keep this. We'll put some of this on the inside. We'll get to that in a minute. We can put this on the base on the inside. And then we will add a white. What is this? That's 4 by 5 1/4. Doesn't seem like that, but that's fine. So let's do this at 5. And I know I'm not flat here, sorry. 5 and 3 3/4. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this at 3 3/4. And I'm going to do this at 3 3/4. But I'm going to cut it first because I'm going to use it again later. We'll do 1 inch. Leave this because that might go on a 4 inch. Oops, I mean this one. And then we'll do 3 3/4 for our inside. We're really lucky here because the snow up in our mountains, they're really, really nice. It's mostly sunny all the time up there. So even when we did go, I have to decide what I want. Even when we did go skiing or snowboarding, it was always sunny and really nice. Except the day we got married. I'll post a picture on my Facebook. The day we got married was a storm, and it was January 1st, and we were going to have, I'm going to add, I have this strip right here, which is just a pretty perfect strip, so I'm going to add this. That's why I keep my scraps. We're going to add this right here. And I don't know, we could add that too. That'll be fun. And anyway, yeah, we wanted the lake in the background. They had this beautiful lake, and we were like, oh, that'll be perfect for our pictures. It'll be in the background. It'll be so pretty. Nope, all of our wedding pictures are completely white. Completely white, but it was a lot of fun. Oops. Other than my husband went snowboarding after and got stuck on a hill that was, I think it was the next day, got stuck on a hill that was, okay, so see how this paper ended up like slightly shorter? So I'm going to bring in my trimmer because I don't want that to look shorter and the rest to not look shorter. So I'll just bring that in and cut that. So he ended up going down face, which is like the hill just goes straight down. So that's what he did. Okay, we're doing the inside of this one, which really wasn't the plan, but since I had my scraps right here and I had already cut the gray, thinking I was going to put it on the front, we might as well just add it. Okay, so this will go on the inside. Okay. So there's that. All right, so now we have this. We're going to go ahead and glue this down, or put this down, because it's warping, not warping, but it's just kind of curling a little bit. And I'm going to do one across just to make sure it's nice and flat. We're going to go ahead and add this on here. I'm really liking this big, there's a lot of purple on the top. I'm going to do a ribbon. So we're going to put this here and down a little bit. So I didn't see, did you guys say you do, oh, that's crooked. You do watch the Circle TV show? There's a new series out right now, new season. My daughter called and told me, new season, Mom. I know somebody said it was on their list. It is a good show. Okay, so this feels like it is way to one side. So I'm going to bring this back in. And I am going to straighten it out. That is better. I'm going to go a little bit shorter. There we go. I think I just went up and onto one side a little too much, but that's okay. We are going to pull in some ribbon. So I'm going to get some, I think, let's see. I have been using so much of my ribbon. I'm trying to find the one I'm looking for, which happens to be right here. All right, so let's do this. And of course, we're going to have to bring in our Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to color our ribbon. So I want a bow. I want a double bow. I'm going to put the bow here, and it needs to tie around. So I'm going to go about right here, and that's how I do it. Oh, thank you for sharing. Yeah, it just came out purple looking. Okay, and so we're going to take this and color it real fast. Now, I always take the light first to see if this is what I want to do. And then let's take, I think I want the darker. Ooh, I don't know. No, I think I'm going to do the lighter. So if you hurry and wipe it, it kind of wipes off the darker color. So we're going to go with the lighter. And just lay it down and go across. You don't want to go back and forth. You don't want to, even if a little bit of white shows through, you're just accenting some color to tie it in. And so if it looks some little bit of white shows through, that's not a big deal. Okay, so just kind of all right, so I want to make sure my ends are both colored. Yep, because they're going to, well, they're actually on this bow. We're going to go ahead and put that on the back side. Oops, and also in Stampin' Blends. Okay, so I'm letting it dry a little bit. Okay, so it's dry. Alcohol dries really fast, which is nice. Okay, so we're going to bring this back in. And I am going to, I'm deciding, I think I do want a bow with a tail. So I think my first thing I'm going to do is add this on here. So instead of tying a bow without a tail, I'm going to do this first. And we're just going to, well, this one is coming out a little different, huh? We're going to bring this in. Okay, that's where I wanted the top. So we're going to have to come down here farther. All right. And I'm just going to go across right there. All right, so now I think we're going to go ahead and glue this. And I'm going to use glue because it is kind of bending a little bit. And so I just want to make sure it's going to lay down nice and flat. So I just kind of make sure I get it all on the edges. Okay. Now we're going to bring this in. And now what I want to do is I'm going to have this go down and put my ink pads on it, or you can put a punch on it or whatever. And now I'm going to create my bow. Let's see, it's going to be on this one. You want to, again, you want to make sure where your sparkles, which side they're on. This is the top side, and so I just kind of turn it as I go. And then two, and then I'm going to go over. And again, I have a bow video. So if you want to check on the bows, on how to do your bows, check your video. This is the back of your bow, so I want to turn these to face forward, and I want to turn this one and face it forward, and then I'm going to tighten it up, okay, and then I'm going to slip it off my fingers. And I do have a bow video, so make sure you look at that if you don't know how to do my bows. So there we go. And now we're going to add our little bow, but we're not done. We're going to get glue dots. But this is on foil, so I'm going to do glue dots, but I'm going to add a little bit of glue too. I always do two just to move it slightly to make sure you get your glue dot. And then I'm going to take and put a glue dot underneath because it's on the ribbon, and sometimes it doesn't go all the way through and adhere. And I want to make sure that this stays nice and tight. And this does seem like it did, so I'm going to lift it and then do it again. I just like to make sure my bows are, my ribbon doesn't flop around. Yeah, the video bow I do nice and slow. I do it really slow. And if you're watching this on repeat, when this is repeated, I will link it above at 1 hour. Let me write that down because I tend to forget. 1 hour bow video. Okay, I will link that. All right, so there is this one. And now what I did is I chose, we have different snowflake video, snowflake, I brought in every kind of snowflake we have and what kind, and I'm thinking, oh, you know what? I know exactly what I'm going to do. Hold on. I'm going to get our iridescent snowflakes because I think these are perfect for anything. So we're going to bring this in. They have tissue in the middle. And I'm going to bring this back in. And I'm going to color one of them. And I'm going to do it in our light Blackberry Bliss. We're just going to do it in the light color. Okay, so I'm just lightly going over and making sure we have that one. So we'll let that dry. Make sure you get all the edges because some of them might have a white tip if you don't get all the edges. All right, we're going to take this one out. All right, so there we have a white one. That's already dry, so let's take this out. Be very careful. They do have like little tiny pieces of paper there that's just barely holding it in, but they are delicate. You don't want them to rip. And especially after you put ink on them, it might soften them just a little bit. All right, so there we go. There's our other one. And I'm going to take one more half of one. And I'm going to do it just like this. Okay, we're going to take a half. Let's take this half. And I guess I could have done this ahead of time, but that's all right. All right, so now we have our 1 1/2, because we can't just have 2, right? And so we are going to cover up a little bit of what we have. I think we're going to do our purple here. We could layer them, but I think if we lay them down, and I'm just going to add a white right under the bow right there sticking out. So where did my hair there? Bye, Laura. Thank you. All right, so what I did is I put a glue dot in the middle, and I'm just going to put a tiny drop of glue on each end. This is fun. Okay, so for those of you that joined late, this is a video that's just kind of, on Sunday, somebody said they wanted snowflakes. I did not pull anything out until 15 minutes prior, and I cut up a few pieces of paper. I had some little ideas of what I was going to do, but my thought is, for those of you know, I'm going to be babysitting my grandson, and I think this will be a really good way to just kind of show you kind of my thought process and, you know, get some ideas, and just kind of go with whatever, you know, that kind of makes you think about, you know, what you could do, how you could do it, and what kind of a thought process here. And somebody had said that they wanted snowflakes, and somebody else said they wanted plaid, and that was on Sunday. So I was like, okay, snowflakes and plaid. I can try to think of something. All right, so I'm just going to add again a little bit of glue just on the ends. It is a delicate card, so with the snowflakes you want to be careful, but you don't have to glue the whole thing down. Now obviously this came from the iridescent snowflakes. That's this one here, Wonderful Snowflakes, and that's from the Whimsy and Wonder set. Okay, I'm going to put this right over that other snowflake, but I'm going to have to actually move it in a little bit because I don't want my snowflakes coming off the card. All right, so we'll just lay that down. And this one, I think I might pop it up a little bit, but I'm afraid to. Yeah, I'm not going to. These are so delicate, I'm afraid that they will just catch on everything and break. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. All right, so there is that. We're going to add a little bit of glue. I'll show you the first card again. Just want to make sure I add my glue. And this can overlap a little bit. It's not a big deal. I just don't want it to stick out. All right, now we need to do our sentiment. Okay, and I'm going to bring this in to just lay this right there. Snowflake wishes for a Merry Christmas. Our friendship is one. Okay, where's the new one? This one. Oh, season's greeting. I don't want that. Let's see. I like Merry Christmas. I'm a Merry Christmas kind of girl. I like May Your Season Sparkle. That's one of my fun. Oh, look. This was something old that I had in here. Well, I probably did the baby wipe technique last year with this set. I don't know. Let's see what else I have. Bunch of pieces of paper. I mean, that would go with it. but we're not going to do that. Let's see. All right, let's use this one. And I think we'll use a punch. Let's see. Let's get a piece of paper. And I'm thinking, where did my ink go? I thought I had a basic gray out here. Do I not? No, I think I pulled a basic gray paper. All right, basic gray and blackberry bliss. This is what I want to do. All right, so we're going to try and lay this straight on here. All right, I'm going to slide this over. All right, let's do my foam mat. And let's do, I'm going to do part of it in, okay, so let me show you how I'm doing it. I'm going to do part of it in the basic gray. And I can see where I did it. And then I'm going to pull in this, and let's just see what it looks like. Now I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to take the rest of it right into here. And you could tap it to make sure it looks like it's overlapped, but I think it is. I don't think you can tell on camera, can you? But it looks really cool because it's got the darker gray and then it goes into the blackberry bliss, and I'm really good with that. So we're going to leave that. Is it something American that we silly Dutch don't get? Why do you guys love plaid pattern so much? It's warm and cozy. Reminds me of a cabin. All right, so let's see if I have something that will fit. That is, okay, this is going to fit close enough, so I'm going to go with it. I'm going to come down right there. All right, so I'm going to use that, which means I'm also going to use, there's so much silver on the back that I'm not going to do that. So we're going to do this. We're going to cut this in half, the good old trick. And we are going to use glue on the back of here. All right, we're just going to line that up. Try and get the spacing amount the same. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. If you get your two pieces of paper, if you put your fingers at the top, you can kind of see that these are going to stay even. And I just put the tips really close to the edges there, and then you'll be pretty much even. Okay, see how mine just moved? So I want to move that back. Okay, so that looks good. That looks fine to me. Maybe a little too far out there. Okay, now we'll put dimensionals on that. So I like to put them right in the middle to keep those down because I don't have glue all the way, you know, to the edges up here. I have it mostly up here, which is fine. I think I'm just going to snuggle that right on top, not here, but in here. Okay, so I'm going to do that first. All right, now okay, so I believe these are retired, but I bought a bunch when they were retiring because I love them. So if you have these, use them. But look how pretty these look with this. So I'm going to go with the more purplishy looking, and I'm just going to add a few of these iridescent snowflakes here and there. I'm going to add, oops, I didn't pick it up. I'm going to add 2 right here. And they turn it. So funny. They look purple, and then when I turn them, they're kind of an orangey kind of color. They're so pretty. So I'm just going to add these on here. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. So they're just little snowflakes. You can see them right there when the silver's turned. But then look at, they look like a purple, and then they look like a peachy orangey color. And then I think the next thing I'm going to add, because I don't think that's enough, I'm going to add, I have some old rhinestones in here, but I have to say the new ones are way shinier. All right, so I'm going to take these and I'm just going to add them in the middle. Oops, right here. I think it's kind of naked. We kind of need something in the middle of our large, and that's 2. And then I have one under here that you can't see, so I'm going to add it right there to that one. So we have 3 large ones. Oh no, Jennifer, you'll find them. It is all about the bling, Terry. You got that right. Look how pretty that is. Oh, my bow got smushed up here. Let me fix that. It got bent. I love this ribbon to color. I love the sparkle. I just love it. I mean, look how fast that was to color. So there is our Whip It Up Wednesday. You guys wanted snowflakes and you wanted plaid. And here is our plaid. So tell me which one is your favorite. This one I think I need to... There we go. Which one is your favorite? So we have the plaid that we used. And that one we used the Peaceful Deer bundle. And I used the paper. Oh, Stephanie, how do you want to talk about my Santas? Thank you very much. Number 2 and number 2. Can't pick both. Snowflakes. Well, I'm glad you guys liked them. All right, so let me put this on here. Okay, trying to put things away sometimes is, I don't want to tear off the rest of my snowflakes, so I'm going to turn them over and I'm going to put them in the back side, so don't forget that trick. Yeah, so if you look up the, can't pick, definitely 2. Oh, you guys are great. Well, this one came together super fast, which I really liked. It was a nice, simple card. You could add that that gray ribbon and put a bow on it, but if you wanted it masculine, this is a really good way. But you could also, oh, what fun, and you could still put a, you know, Merry Christmas right there in the middle or something so that you can still see the trees. And we didn't finish the inside on that one. This one was a really fun technique that I really liked with doing the embossing of the mask of the stencil. And that was a lot of fun to add some texture and technique. But how funny was it that we did Night of Navy, and it came out more of a Blackberry Bliss color. Let's see if you can see the color. Isn't that funny with the Blackberry Bliss? And don't forget that these beautiful snowflakes are, I think you get 24. Yeah, 24 of them. And you can die cut that. I mean, die cut. You can, like, see, I have a half of one still here that I put half under there. I could have put another half, like, down here, but I didn't want to waste it because I felt like, you know, you can see that half here and then these. And so that kind of makes it look like you have 3. But you definitely could have put another full one over here kind of under the bow. But this ribbon with this was the light Blackberry Bliss. That was the light. Look how pretty that is. I love that. So yeah, these are great. So don't miss out on getting those. And I guess that is it for my stamping. Well, here, let me move these out of the way. There we go. Okay, so if you guys are still here and you watched me all the way through, I am going to raffle off the snowflake card. Because I want to. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. What number? What can I do? I want to try something easy. Explain your marker club, please. Oh, my marker club is with the Stampin' Up! Markers. If you are interested in purchasing a full set of the markers, and I've showed some videos on some great ways to use your markers. If you'd like to get a full set, what you can do is I'm doing a swap. And so if you want to participate, you're going to spend $55 a month, which is going to get you your quarter of a set of markers and 1 package of your basic white paper. And then in 4 months, you'll have a full set. So for the first month, you might get the regals and the case and a package of paper. The second month, you might get the settles. You won't get the case because whoever's getting the regals that month will get the case. And then you'll get a package of paper. So after 4 months, that includes shipping and everything to me from Stampin' Up! And then to you. And then what you'll do is you will get, you will end up with a case of markers with the plastic case and 4 packages of basic white paper. So if you're interested, go to my blog and go under events. So my blog's marciebeseckerdesigns.com. Go under events and fill out the registration form there. And as soon as I have 4 people, we will get that going. It'll be 4 people for every swap, for every share, I guess I should say. So do that. Oh, good, Katie. Yeah, it's so easy. Use your Stamparatus. When you color on your stamps, the markers go right on the stamps. Oh, Nancy, yes, you'll have to watch. These are the 2 cards that we did. So this one has a lot of sparkle. I guess you can't really, there you go. Has a lot of sparkle on it. And then this one, we did a lot of technique to it, but it's a lot of fun. I love how it came out a Blackberry Bliss color. It's so pretty. All right, so I am going to send this card to somebody, and I will write down a number, and this is for US only. I'm sorry. I know Gloria wants the card. I hope she's still here. All right, so let's do a drawing. Let me get a piece of paper, and I am going to write a number. Okay, I wrote the number, so if everybody can start doing numbers in the US, just keep going, and I will choose a number. Terry P. Terry P. Number 1. Congratulations, Terry. Terry P, yay. Congratulations. So I will send this card to you in the mail. We must have a really weird lag time. Oh, there we go. But, oh, Gloria, did you see that? Okay, Gloria, I don't think I have your address, so please send it to me. That is really sweet of you, Terry. So I am changing that to Gloria. All right, so Gloria, send me your address. I'm going to put your name right there on it. That is really sweet of you. Well, thanks you guys for joining me on this Whip It Up Wednesday. I can't wait to do it again. So let me know. You don't have to let me know ahead of time. You can just join me at 5:30 next Wednesday. Oh, what's next Wednesday? Let's see. Yes, next Wednesday. My son is coming Thursday. He is moving on Thursday. So you are welcome. Aren't they, Steph? Sharing is caring. I appreciate that. That is very sweet. Okay, so Sunday I will be here, and I do not know what I'm doing yet. So if you have any thoughts or ideas, let me know. But on Wednesday next week, if you drop some ideas that you want, I'll do that and see what I've got and what I can do. But I will not prep anything. We're going to do it just like we did today. It's fun. Why not? It turned out good today. It could not turn out so good next time, but it's fun to do. And you guys can see that everybody's thought process is a little bit different. And so it is fun to figure it out together and see what we come up with. Thanks to Shauna. Thanks, Terry. All right, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your week. And I will see you on Sunday. Gloria, please message me and let me know your address, and I'll get that out to you as soon as I can. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Katie. Thanks, everybody. You're welcome, Jennifer. And Jennifer. Perfect. All right, everybody, have a great night. See you later.